why broken marriages, why separations, why dates are more painful to women than men. Most women depend upon their men financially, morally, probably. But most men are lone rangers. Lone rangers in a way that if everything today was scrabbled to nil or to all, every man will always strive to start all over again. Hello, viewers, and welcome again to my YouTube channel, my podcast, Jenga Kenya YouTube TV, a place where we talk family, a place where we talk men, a place where we consider the foundation of a nation. How comes that a man can easily move on immediately after a loss of a beloved one, probably out of a separation, or or death? I have some few points which I know will assist you understand the mind of a man and the physiological constructions that constitutes the man. Now, number one is that me being one of the men fear pain. Yes, we can hold a very strong pain, but within a very short period of time. Just the same way you always see the lions and the cheetahs chasing after the prey. They can only run very fast, burn their fats very fast, but within a short span of 60 seconds, when you have not hold to your prey, then it lets it go. So men are built to hold pain, very strong pain, but within a very short period of time. So in a way, we always want to recover and move on, such that nothing gets to distract you. It's not that they never get to love or eternalize the relationship they had with whoever they have lost through the case. But it's always, everything to a man is real. Everything is real. Men don't live on hope. They know that it's their duty to make it happen. So they have to wake up and recover so fast and then do what they gotta do. Secondly, let's say during a separation or a divorce, usually men have very lighter burden to carry with themselves because in a way the state or the government has helped ease the burden from a man, whereby you are required, whenever a separation comes or occurs, a man leaves behind the children and is told to go and never to be seen around the vicinity where the child or the children and the woman resides. So it is very easy for a man to move on because you are all by yourself, and so you have no much burden on you. This is more so especially in cases whereby men don't have so much material things to move with, or so much material things even to lose. How comes men are capable of recovering so much? In terms of divorces, someone say that a broken engagement is better than the broken marriage because it comes with a lot of pain and sorrows. Especially for women, it leaves a permanent mark on her. For a man, just the same way I've been able to put it in my second points, is that a man just gets out and he starts all over again. He has no burden. But to a woman, it is very burdensome because you'll always be walking around with that evidence that you have already shared in a relationship. So that one even gets it very tough for you to be able to move on to a second relationship because the person who probably might be coming in as your second husband or your second lover always comes in very skeptical, understanding that he is getting to inherit a family which does not belong to him. So anytime He hopes that he could be losing you at any moment. That is why women tend to stay very, very long single by themselves, but men have no burden. In fact, in such a separation, always women are there very ready to receive such men because they know the productivity that this man has been having in the family, the same will be reciprocated in his or in her family, because that is all that a real woman needs, a supportive system. Thirdly, women are easily broken because they tend to retain pain for a very long time. And now, when you retain pain for a very long time, you don't get to live your life. But with men, they forget easily. When things are so tough and you know that it's beyond your control, men always forgets and leaves. He even decides to move, change location, change houses, change towns, even change countries, because you are light and you can be able to move and just move and move along. But women tend to hold the pain for a very long time, and therefore they become so skeptical about our next relationship. What will the society talk about me when I decide to move on? And then also, whenever a separation occurs, be it through divorce or even death, usually women always receives the much beatings because of the societal norms. But no one can get to change this overnight. It is something that we found it. It is something that is ingrained in our system. And therefore, it makes it so difficult for a woman simply to move from one relationship and then hop on to the next relationship. It is so burdensome for a woman. Now, while men tend to move on so quickly and recover in whatever that comes into their lives, wanting to heal quickly so that they catch up with their life so fast, most of the time we always fall into much trouble thinking that we want to move on and heal so quickly, especially during a separation. Now, for a woman, a separation idea might come to her so quickly, but then after some time, when regrets come, she wants to come back to the first or the initial lover. But for a man, once a separation happens and the woman moves, it is so painful, very, very instantaneous pain, such that it will force you to move on and seek for something to heal you. And now, when you move on so quickly to a next relationship, now you forget the first one. When you forget the first one, why you have forgotten the first one? The first love will always be thinking about you. Your first woman will always be thinking about you. And that is why somebody said, your first love will always be your best. However poor your man is, he is the person who will always ingrain the deepest wound in you, or the deepest cut. As they do say, the first cut is always the deepest for a woman. So is the first man to a woman. However toxic this man was, you will always want such flavors in the following and in the next and in the next marriages or relationship, and you will never get enough of what you found in the first relationship. So those are some of the things which makes it easy for a man to hop on to the next relationship so easily as compared to a woman. Most women depend upon their men financially, morally, probably, but most men are lone rangers. Lone rangers in a way that if everything today was scrabbled to nil or to all, every man will always strive to start all over again. But now, because a woman has all her life been depending upon a man, and then like she's 45, 50 years, and then all of a sudden, the person that has been sustaining her life is out of place, it becomes so difficult for this woman to start all over again, standing on her feet, making it in life as compared to the men, because it has been just a norm for the men to provide for the family and even to provide for himself. But for most women, they have always been receiving from these suppliers who are always the men. So it becomes very difficult for a woman to recover in such a state whenever a loss occurs, a marriage is broken, a separation occurs. So it's always more painful. Why broken marriages, why separations, why deaths are more painful to women than men is because of the reasons that I've been able to underline above there. So in short, even having said this, that it's easier for a man to move forward as compared to a woman after such a loss, you cannot underestimate the power that comes with a second woman in a man's life. Because sometimes you move on thinking that you want to heal so quick, but on the way you encounter a woman who is also seeking a revenge or probably to heal from a broken relationship. And something that is so funny about women is that after she has healed from a broken relationship, she will always want to go back to the first relationship. So it always becomes a disadvantage to this broken man who moved forward so quickly and wanted to heal. Some women as well are just out there on a revenge mission because probably they have no hope of recovering their past relationship for life. So they always keep on moving from relationship to relationship, hurting men in revenge of what her husband did to her. So that is the reason as to why modern man has been able to pinch his ears, as our native language says, kujichuna masikio, and such that whenever a separation happens or a divorce occurs, most men today even opt not to get into relationships because they would rather now invest in themselves. Now that you have a lighter burden to carry, you will always invest in yourself and even improve on yourself. That is the life skills that every man should be able to know. That when you are broken, don't hop on to the next relationship thinking that you are going to make the next relationship work for you. In most cases, it won't work for you. Once you realize what the mind of a man is, you are in a better position of taking care of yourself, taking care of your marriage, taking care of your relationship, and considering what is good for your family, especially for the future of the children, because whenever such separations occur, they always resonate in the lives of the children. Probably it becomes even a hereditary disease which might not be cured. So let's all consider the positivity that comes in coexisting as men and women, fathers and mothers in relationship, husbands and wives. Let us weigh the benefits and so take good care of our children. Even having said that, don't stay in a toxic relationship. You are a man, move. You are a woman, move. Use your brain, don't use your emotions. That is the slogan of manhood. See you in my next video, and bye for now.